Peter Parker finally has the life he's always dreamed of. Spider-Man is now loved by the entire city. He's stronger than ever, and Mary Jane Watson has finally achieved her dream by making her Broadway debut. With everything falling into place, Peter is ready to take the next big step. He's planning to propose to the woman he loves. But before that perfect moment arrives, something from beyond this world enters his life. While Peter and Mary Jane are enjoying a peaceful date in Central Park, a mysterious alien organism escapes from a fallen meteorite. The strange creature slowly crawls toward Peter's moped and attaches itself to it, completely changing Peter's future. Meanwhile, Harry Osborn has discovered the truth. He knows Peter is Spider-Man, and he believes Peter is responsible for his father Norman Osborn's death. Driven by anger and revenge, Harry uses his father's experimental formula and Green Goblin technology to become stronger than ever. At the same time, escaped criminal Flint Marko is desperately running from the police. But before disappearing again, he risks everything to visit the only people he still cares about, his family. Inside his old home, Flint finds his young daughter Penny sleeping. He quietly changes his clothes and tries to spend a few moments with her, but his wife soon appears and tells him he can't stay. She reminds him that while he was gone, she was left alone to take care of their sick daughter. Flint explains that he only came back because he needed to see Penny. Looking at his daughter, Flint promises that he will find a way to pay for her treatment no matter what it takes. Before he leaves, Penny gives him her necklace, reminding him that she still believes in him. Flint walks away knowing he has made terrible choices, but deep down, he believes he was never a bad person, just a desperate man pushed into impossible situations. Meanwhile, Peter visits Aunt May and reveals that he plans to propose to Mary Jane. May is thrilled and shares the story of how Uncle Ben proposed to her. She reminds Peter that true love isn't about rushing. A husband must always put his partner's happiness before his own. Before Peter leaves, Aunt May gives him the engagement ring Uncle Ben gave her decades ago. She tells him to make the proposal unforgettable, something Mary Jane will remember forever. Peter hugs Aunt May and leaves with the ring, but on his way home, Harry suddenly attacks. Using his advanced goblin technology, Harry traps Peter against a wall and reveals that he has been waiting for this moment. Harry blames Peter for his father's death and refuses to listen when Peter explains the truth, that Norman died while trying to kill him. Even though Peter doesn't want to hurt his best friend, Harry keeps attacking. But when Aunt May's ring falls to the ground, Peter has no choice but to fight back and escape with it. Harry follows him with his goblin weapons, but Peter avoids every attack and destroys his equipment. Using his web, Peter knocks Harry out of the sky. When Peter reaches him, Harry isn't moving. Terrified, Peter immediately takes him to the hospital. The doctors save Harry's life, but they discover something unexpected. The accident has caused him to lose his memory. Harry no longer remembers Peter's secret or the anger that consumed him. When Peter visits him, Harry only remembers that he had an accident. Seeing his old friend alive and no longer wanting revenge, Peter feels a sense of relief. Elsewhere, police finally track down Flint Marko. While escaping, Flint accidentally stumbles into a secret testing facility and falls into an experimental particle accelerator. Before he can escape, the experiment begins. His body starts merging with the surrounding sand until he completely disappears. The police find nothing, but then, the impossible happens. Flint suddenly reforms from the sand. He quickly realizes he can control it, shape it, and even turn his entire body into sand. Flint Marko is now the Sandman. Later, Peter watches Mary Jane's Broadway performance and proudly tells her how amazing she was. But the next day, Mary Jane is devastated. Critics have attacked her performance and newspapers are saying she wasn't good enough. Peter tries to comfort her, reminding her that critics don't decide her worth and she shouldn't let their opinions break her confidence. Then suddenly, a news report interrupts them. A massive construction crane has gone out of control and is tearing through the city. Peter immediately knows what he has to do. He puts on the Spider-Man suit and rushes toward the danger. As the crane continues tearing through the building, Gwen Stacy is caught in the middle of the disaster. She was working there as a model when the structure starts collapsing, leaving her hanging high above the street with no way to escape. But Spider-Man arrives just in time. Peter swings through the chaos and saves Gwen before she falls. During the rescue, a photographer named Eddie Brock appears and starts taking pictures of Spider-Man. Eddie introduces himself as the new photographer for the Daily Bugle and proudly claims that he'll be the one capturing Spider-Man's biggest moments from now on. Spider-Man reminds him that the Bugle already has a photographer. Eddie simply laughs and insults Peter Parker before leaving with his photos. At the Daily Bugle, Eddie quickly impresses J. Jonah Jameson with his pictures and convinces him to consider hiring him. Moments later, Peter arrives with his own photos. He reminds Jameson that he has worked there for years and deserves the opportunity. But Jameson has another idea. He wants proof that Spider-Man is a criminal. Whoever can capture Spider-Man doing something illegal will get the job. Outside the office, Peter tells Eddie one thing: Spider-Man would never commit a crime. Meanwhile, Peter takes Harry home after their fight, but Harry still has no memory of their battle or the anger he once felt toward Peter. At the same time, Mary Jane returns for rehearsal, hoping to continue her Broadway dream. Instead, she discovers that she has been replaced. Heartbroken, MJ realizes everything she worked for is falling apart. Soon after, the city celebrates Spider-Man after he saves Gwen. Peter arrives and watches the crowd cheer for his hero side. But the celebration takes a painful turn when Gwen kisses Spider-Man in front of everyone. Mary Jane watches the moment and is deeply hurt. Meanwhile, the police finally locate Flint Marko. During his escape, Flint jumps into a truck filled with sand, allowing him to grow into a massive creature. The police attack, but their weapons only make him stronger. Sandman escapes and targets an armored vehicle carrying money. Spider-Man arrives to stop him. Flint warns Peter that he doesn't want to hurt him, but Peter refuses to step aside. He believes it's his responsibility to protect the city. However, Peter quickly discovers that Sandman is unlike any enemy he's faced before. His attacks pass straight through Flint's body, while Sandman easily overpowers him. Peter protects the guards from being hurt, but Flint uses the opportunity to escape. Later, Peter arrives at a luxurious restaurant, ready to propose to Mary Jane. He believes his life is finally perfect. When MJ arrives, Peter tells her that she's a star and everyone loves her, but he doesn't know the truth. She has already lost her Broadway role. Before Peter can understand what's happening, Gwen Stacy arrives. She explains that she is there for dinner with her parents, and Peter introduces her as his lab partner. Then Gwen casually mentions that Spider-Man kissed her earlier. Her words instantly hurt Mary Jane. After Gwen leaves, MJ confronts Peter. She asks why he never told her about Gwen and why he let that moment happen. Unable to hide her pain, she walks away. Peter returns home and leaves MJ a message, hoping they can talk. But before he can fix anything, Peter receives a call from the police. At the station, Captain George Stacy reveals a shocking truth. The police were wrong about Uncle Ben's murder. Dennis Carradine was only involved, but the real killer was someone else. The man responsible was Flint Marko. Peter learns what really happened that night. Flint tried to steal Uncle Ben's car outside the library, but when Ben refused, the situation turned into a tragedy. Flint escaped, leaving Peter's uncle dead. The truth fills Peter with anger. He demands to know why nobody told him earlier. Now, Peter wants only one thing: revenge. When Mary Jane visits him, she warns him not to let anger control him again. But Peter, blinded by rage, tells her he doesn't need her help. Heartbroken, MJ walks away. Peter puts on his Spider-Man suit and starts listening to the police radio, hoping to find any clue about Sandman. But hours pass, and there is still no sign of Flint. Exhausted, Peter finally falls asleep. But instead of peace, he is haunted by memories of Uncle Ben. Then something unexpected happens. The mysterious alien symbiote slowly crawls toward Peter and attaches itself to his Spider-Man suit. The strange creature spreads across his body, completely covering him. When Peter wakes up, he discovers something shocking. His red and blue suit is gone. It has turned completely black. At first, Peter is confused, but soon he realizes the suit has changed him. He feels faster, stronger, and more powerful than ever before. Wanting answers, Peter takes a sample of the strange material to Dr. Kurt Connors. Connors is amazed because he has never seen anything like it, but when the symbiote begins moving toward Peter on its own, he becomes concerned. He warns Peter that this creature doesn't just bond with its host, it slowly influences their mind and brings out their darkest emotions. Later, Peter hears a police report about another robbery involving Sandman. This time, he doesn't wear his normal suit. He chooses the black symbiote suit. At the bank, Peter finds the guards defeated and Sandman escaping into the sewers. He follows him underground, but Eddie Brock arrives, trying to capture pictures of Spider-Man. Frustrated, Peter destroys Eddie's camera and continues after Flint. The battle between Spider-Man and Sandman begins. With the symbiote increasing his strength, Peter finally has the advantage. He overwhelms Flint and knocks him into a pool of water. Knowing water weakens Sandman, Peter opens a nearby pipe. The powerful stream breaks Flint apart until he disappears. Peter believes he has finally defeated Uncle Ben's killer, but the real battle is just beginning. Back at home, Peter notices something changing. The symbiote is slowly affecting his personality. When his landlord asks for rent, Peter suddenly reacts with anger and arrogance. Realizing the black suit is changing him, Peter removes it and locks it away. Later, Peter tells Aunt May that Spider-Man defeated Flint Marko. But instead of feeling happy, Aunt May becomes worried. She reminds Peter that Spider-Man was never meant to decide someone's fate. Even if Flint was responsible for Uncle Ben's death, allowing anger to control him will only destroy Peter from within. Meanwhile, Mary Jane is struggling after losing her Broadway role. With her dream falling apart, she returns to working as a singer and waitress at a small club. Feeling hurt and alone, she avoids calling Peter and goes to Harry instead. The two spend time together, cooking and dancing. In an emotional moment, MJ accidentally kisses Harry, but quickly realizes it was a mistake. She leaves, even though Harry tries to stop her. But that moment brings back Harry's forgotten memories. He remembers Peter, Norman's death, and the events that changed their friendship forever. His old anger returns. In his mind, Norman appears and convinces him that Peter must suffer for what happened. Harry soon confronts Mary Jane and pressures her into helping him hurt Peter emotionally. With no other choice, MJ calls Peter and asks him to meet her at the park. Peter arrives with flowers, believing they can finally repair their relationship, but instead, MJ breaks his heart. She tells him she doesn't want to continue their relationship and admits that she has moved on. Peter watches as she walks away. Harry's plan succeeds. Later, Harry tells Peter about MJ losing her role and seeking his support. Peter is shocked because MJ never told him. Then Harry reveals that MJ has feelings for him now and claims she cared about him in the past as well. Peter refuses to accept it, but Harry insists he is telling the truth. Peter returns home filled with anger after hearing what Harry said. Unable to control his emotions, he puts on the black symbiote suit again and heads straight to Harry's mansion. When he confronts Harry, Peter demands to know what happened between them. Harry calmly says that MJ came to him by choice and that she shared a moment with him. That pushes Peter beyond his limits. The two former friends clash in an intense fight. With the symbiote increasing his strength and speed, Peter quickly gains the advantage. Harry tries to defend himself using his advanced goblin technology, but Peter avoids his moves and turns the situation around. During the fight, Harry warns Peter that he is becoming the same kind of person he once hated. He asks Peter if he is really becoming someone who would hurt his own friend. But the symbiote has already changed Peter's mindset. Peter coldly tells Harry that Norman never truly valued him and only saw him as a disappointment. As Peter walks away, Harry makes one final attempt to stop him. Peter reacts instantly, leaving Harry seriously injured. Later, Peter discovers another betrayal. Eddie Brock has published a fake photo showing Spider-Man committing a crime, and the Daily Bugle is celebrating him for the story. Peter confronts Eddie and reveals that he knows the picture was edited. Eddie begs him not to expose the truth, saying this could destroy his career, but Peter refuses. He gives the evidence to Jameson's assistant, and once the truth comes out, J. Jonah Jameson fires Eddie and forces the newspaper to admit the Spider-Man story was fake. Meanwhile, Dr. Kurt Connors contacts Peter with a warning. His research has revealed the truth about the symbiote. It doesn't just increase strength, it amplifies anger, aggression, and the darkest emotions of its host. But Peter is already changing. He ignores the warning. Now, more arrogant than ever, Peter starts enjoying the attention. He charges Jameson more money for Spider-Man photos and begins acting nothing like the person he used to be. Meanwhile, Flint Marko survives. Deep underground, Sandman reforms himself, proving that Peter never truly defeated him. Later, Peter takes Gwen Stacy to the jazz club where Mary Jane works. His goal is simple: make MJ jealous. Peter dances with Gwen in front of her, but Gwen quickly realizes what he is doing. Feeling uncomfortable, she apologizes to Mary Jane and leaves. The situation gets worse when the club manager orders Peter to leave, but the symbiote takes control. Peter attacks the workers, and when Mary Jane tries to stop him, he accidentally pushes her away. Seeing what Peter has become, MJ is shocked. She asks him what happened to the person she loved. Peter immediately regrets his actions. He finally realizes the black suit is changing him. Desperate to get rid of it, Peter goes to a church bell tower, but the symbiote refuses to let go. Then suddenly the church bells begin ringing. The powerful sound waves weaken the creature, allowing Peter to separate himself from it. But Peter doesn't know someone is watching. Eddie Brock is inside the church. He sees Peter without his mask and discovers his biggest secret. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. As the symbiote leaves Peter, it finds a new host. Eddie's anger and hatred make him the perfect target. The creature bonds with him, creating a new enemy, Venom. The next day, Peter is finally himself again. Aunt May visits and asks if he has talked to Mary Jane about marriage. Peter admits that he hurt MJ and doesn't know how to fix everything. May reminds him that he is still a good person and that making mistakes doesn't define him. Meanwhile, Venom finds Flint Marko. At first, Sandman attacks him, believing he is Spider-Man, but Eddie explains that he also wants revenge against Peter, while Flint only wants money to save his daughter. Realizing they share the same enemy, the two join forces. Soon after, Venom kidnaps Mary Jane and leaves her trapped high above the city. When the police arrive, Sandman attacks them and leaves a message for Spider-Man. If Peter wants to save MJ, he has to come and stop them. Peter sees the news and immediately prepares for the rescue. Knowing he can't defeat both enemies alone, Peter goes to Harry for help, but Harry refuses. Showing Peter his badly injured face from their previous fight, Harry tells him that he doesn't deserve his help. With no other choice, Peter walks away. Now he must face Venom and Sandman alone. Just when Peter believes he has to face Venom and Sandman alone, Harry's former butler arrives with a truth that changes everything. For years, he stayed silent while watching the Osborn family fall apart. But now, he finally reveals what really happened on the night Norman was lost. After helping Norman, he discovered that the accident was caused by Norman's own equipment. Harry is shocked. The person he blamed for years was never responsible. Peter was not the reason his father was gone. Norman's own decisions changed everything. Meanwhile, Peter arrives to rescue Mary Jane. The crowd cheers when they see Spider-Man, believing he is their only hope. But before Peter can reach MJ, Eddie Brock appears as Venom. He tells Peter that he ruined his reputation and took away everything he wanted. Now, Eddie wants Peter to pay for it. The two face each other in a powerful showdown. Venom quickly gains control while Sandman transforms into a massive form and blocks Peter's path. With Venom on one side and Sandman on the other, Peter finds himself in an impossible situation. Everyone watching believes Spider-Man cannot win. Then suddenly, Harry arrives. Using his advanced goblin technology, Harry helps Peter and gives him a chance to fight back. The crowd is shocked as Harry, once Peter's biggest rival, decides to stand beside him. Harry goes after Venom while Peter rushes to save Mary Jane. As MJ falls, Peter swings toward her and catches her just in time, safely bringing her to a nearby building. Meanwhile, Harry continues facing Sandman. After a final powerful move, he manages to stop Sandman's massive form, but Venom is still not finished. The symbiote surrounds Peter, holding him in place while Eddie enjoys the power it gives him. Peter warns Eddie that the creature is changing him, but Eddie refuses to believe it. Harry tries to help Peter again, but Venom quickly pushes him away. During the struggle, several metal pipes fall nearby, creating a powerful sound that weakens Venom. Peter suddenly remembers the creature's weakness: sound. When Venom comes back using Harry's equipment, Harry protects Peter and gives him the opportunity he needs. Although Harry is badly injured, his sacrifice changes the outcome of the battle. Peter uses the surrounding pipes to create a powerful vibration. The sound weakens Venom and forces the symbiote to separate from Eddie. Before the creature can return, Peter uses Harry's device to finally remove the threat. Eddie tries to reconnect with the symbiote, but both disappear in the chaos. Watching everything from a distance, Sandman realizes Peter was never his enemy. He admits that trusting Venom was a mistake. Peter finally asks him what really happened with Uncle Ben. Flint reveals that he never wanted things to happen that way. His daughter was sick, and he desperately needed money for her treatment. That night, he tried to take Uncle Ben's car, but Ben refused and told him to walk away. When Flint saw his partner leaving with the money, everything went wrong in a moment of panic. The situation changed forever, and Uncle Ben lost his life. Flint has carried the guilt of that night ever since. Peter realizes that Flint was never a cruel person. He was someone who made a terrible choice during a desperate moment. Peter admits that he has made mistakes too, and he decides to forgive him. Finally, free from the guilt that followed him for years, Flint walks away. Nearby, Harry is left seriously injured. Mary Jane reaches him, and Peter arrives moments later. Peter apologizes for everything that happened and tells Harry that he never wanted their friendship to fall apart. Harry smiles and reminds Peter that they are still best friends. With those final words, Harry's journey comes to an end. Peter and Mary Jane are devastated. The next day, they attend Harry's farewell ceremony and say goodbye to the friend they lost. After everything he has experienced, Peter learns one final lesson. No matter how difficult life becomes, the choices we make decide who we truly become. Later, Peter returns to the jazz club where Mary Jane works. He reaches out his hand and asks her for a dance. Instead of taking his hand, Mary Jane embraces him, and together, they finally begin moving forward from everything they have been through.